Abu Akar Kidu Sako. But the name why you use, you don't have money. Comedian.
Shandaka, manager RFC. Mohamed Ali, manager Stasi. George Coker, Yuzikawa.
Songa, aka Songa, MS Smith.
Mohamed Helba, Dallas Bantam. That's how you.
Mr. President, Your Excellency, Honorable Basiru Sanusi, the Lord Entertainment Star TV and Star and also it's ambassador. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Mohamed Sako, the Aspina.
Come on, stage name, camouflage. Dance and I steady bongo. I'm glad it was celebrated by
I don't circle to just musicians because about the entertainment, we get different insight. Come with Ambassador Bash, we place the starting, then also come with my persona, and they represent the editors and the people that we make the artists. I also come with DJ, who they represent the president of the Union, by the CPU. I also call bloggers then we make some of the work, and the filmmakers also come with matters to say. So they're excited about it. So if you want to see people, we can.
This one, you can see Namina the moderator, right? Okay. Well, thank you. We just wait, let them put the flag down. So since Namina the moderator, just I will not be negotiate whether they talk or whether they don't talk. So now where they are, when I help you choose whether they talk. Now what the president do? Now what the Wahid. Yeah? Naina the spokesperson. But they don't give position, say no. Go on.
His Excellency and First Lady for just the thoughts, the mere consideration. Because trust me, this is a call we don't wait for a very long time. Because we know say we don't tell them come. Remember when they say the football league, they don't dress and decorate the way how they decorate and so. So now wait, we tell them come. That's more small. And trust me, we trust God and believe and we don't tell no council. We want to say thanks, we appreciate for just the call because a major match journey started from the very first step. And this is that step to a very, very long and beneficial is something and good and will happen. We want to say thanks for that. We also want to thank LJ, Makinge, and of course Besaphonics for coordinating this at the same time. Some of we been briefed yesterday, so we took the liberty of bringing the theme people. Matasisi, I think, Mahmoud just said, we also took the liberty for bringing DJs as well, and also promoters, because down the line of beneficiaries, and down the line of people we all the partner and the industry, we all involved together. We honestly discussed yesterday, we say, make we come and listen, but I think we were briefed and we understand basically. Every one of we, every single individual, if asked, you don't need for look book, you don't need for read any document. We all know the issues. You don't need to go Jupiter or Mars for Googling answers. We know the answers is here on earth and it's in our fingertips because we understand the problems why we're not making money as an industry. So if asked, nobody knows that I will not for present those things. But what we say we wanted it to be in a sort of blueprint so that at least it will be a document we go for look through. But since this is a discussion for discussion's sake, I mean, we can start for just list some of the issues. And they, if maybe one name was at the Cayman, Camouflage, then Bongo, was at the Caldero, lots of people anyway. If you can give me permission, you know, we can start for discussion and go up to this. I think with issues, if we break them down, we know we'll get past 7 strong bullet points. It might be 10, but past 7 strong bullet points. If you ask me, I don't know if I pass on. If you ask me, I will say first, let's look at the industry. One of the major problems we're having in this industry is the fact that the music not goes beyond borders. Even within the country, we struggle for play because of standard. We are competing with Ghana, Nigeria, and other industries with their standard and quality of food in terms of sounds and passing. So sometimes, even if people want support me because of the choices, when they need quality sound of other music, they can support still, they can tire, they can boycott and say, let me listen to standard music. And then if you look at the quality of production, in terms of visual, video as well, it's also a question where we look at. So there are ways we can go around that, there are ways we can solve that. If you ask me, I'll tell you first, let's have producers who are producing for everybody in the country. Because one of the things that is amiss here, we may be also one for who consult again, is the fact that Freetown to Sierra Leone, we're looking at as a national platform. There are people in Bo, Kenema, Kono, Makeni producing music. And if we have quality music in Freetown, it means we'll be having sabotage from people who didn't side in because they're producing the same salon music. And if salon music bar, when one salon music bar, another salon music, and all salon music bar, when one salon theme bar, all the salon theme number. I'm talking more music because I'm a musician, but most of these things are related. So if we're speaking, let's have producers trained. Let us few professionals from Ghana, from Nigeria in. We will train people who are producing songs for every Sierra Leonean artist. So this is not a matter of A-list artists, B-list, every Sierra Leonean artist, because if every song, every movie, they contribute to that quota of the quality of salon entertainment, you know. So if we can have people flown into this country, and then we train them, let's train them properly from the bash beat, the young Willie to solos beat, to Wilbert, everybody. Now go Konobo, Kenema, McKinney. Now look at those people where they play salon music, with salon artists then they come to. Let me empower them, have them capacitated to a point where they can play like any mastercraft and any song. If we have them trained, I think the next issue, that the number 2 bullet point, would mean no matter what training they have, if they're still operating with the same equipment, there's still the same problem. So we bring us to point 2, equipment, which means now we before begin to think of softwares. Because now studio, so much is not much of the building. Now, sir, studio is not much of where you record. I heard the video record one of the hit songs in the back of his car. In the back is the boot area of the car. It's just the equipment that we be dealing. Here with friends, they claim one, he go mountains, park the car, open the car, connect the computer, and he made a hit. You know, so it's about the software and equipment that we'll use for produce those songs. So once we have that, we will have professional advice about what softwares, considering that certain people use Logic as an equipment to produce songs, some other people use LP, some other people use, considering that at the background, we could able to solve that problem. And once the sound is okay, which means we can take that sound to Guinea, Liberia, under the Mano River, we can take it to Nigeria, Ghana, West Africa, we can compete anywhere. Then we can able to broaden the spectrum of the market so that we will be able to market elsewhere. But it's a problem even to survive in Sierra Leone, talk less of crossing borders. And then point 3 will be, let's look at the visual. We could have Clarence Peters and other sober filming where they produce the film now, the videos they now. And by Clarence Peters, I also talk about other people that really talk movies. Forgive me, I'm talking more music because that's not my expertise lies. But these things are all interrelated. So movies themselves see them. You bring people who could train. We producers there in terms of film. We have Songa, we have Sipo, we have Bito, we have Mukhtar, we have lots of them. When they talk about the video producers, then Booms, talk about the video producers, then we artists then they report to. Because sometimes it's a challenge when few artists then comfortable with this producer, and that's the producer that's been empowered. So other artists are there, they are cut out. So if we have those producers, all trained, we have people who will come to this country, train them, because we'll take them out, that will be more expensive. We're not looking for being flamboyant or bogus, we just want the job done, we want the industry problem for solved. So come with those people, have them properly trained, let's understand the equipment. And then point 4 also, if they're trained, they don't get the equipment. So let's say we get red cameras and all the cameras now where they shoot, the video then where they make hits now the world. If we have those equipment, our guys could do the job. Because recently we just produced something, we bring about 3 producers together, we challenge, we say, we can produce this kind of thing in this country, which means if the equipment are there, the experience, you know, the idea there, I think we'll be able to solve that problem here. Point 5 will mean exposure for we. And this is somewhere I think we partner with the Ministry of Tourism, because at the end of the day, it is the best way to sell our country in terms of tourism. Showcase what we have. There's nothing powerful like the music and the films that is coming out of this country for showcasing culture to the rest of the world. And until we can, partnering with international musicians, collaborations will be difficult. Making money, going to the Nigeria, because people ask the questions, why Nigeria and Canada, why will not they do it? It will be difficult until they begin for singing. If you go to DSTV, where they are operating in this country, for me, it's a shame that Sierra Leone will not have a channel for African Magic, for a movie, and also like Trace channel where they for salon. So we should be talking of having Trace salon, because there's a Trace Muziki where they show East Africans. So we have Trace something where they show Ghana, we have Trace Nigeria. Trust me, they watch and say that they tire one day, they can't watch Trace salon. And that's, they begin to see the Drizzy, they begin to see the Empress, people see the Cayman and other people. So then we know say we are talented, because we are not questioning. We don't have an iota of doubt say we are talented, even if not even more talented. We know it will talk, you understand, coming from the industry point. But we're humble, we're not the type of big bogos. We just want opportunities. So if we have a channel, we even with brother and sister, they go sit down here, because most people now, I'm telling you, majority of the percentage when they go to the show, we get money for go to the show. If you go to the host now, DSTV did it. So they are being cut out. You understand? And not they even understand what they happen. They don't even know why the need for support is Sierra Leone market. We're not coming to the economic aspect of it, where that's a whole other ball game, where we'll give enough reason, a good reason for making support her. Because I think it was in 2000, I don't know when Good Luck Jonathan sponsored. Now the Nigerian industry, they contribute so much to the GDP, the gross domestic product of the Nigerian economy. So that is all reasons we don't say a partner for every more that we better, because we know this industry going to struggle. But we are also saying this app could also in turn raise revenue for the country as well. And then if we have, that is the 5th point. If we have that platform, let's say we get Trace Salon, when we know the ways they how for get them. It's just simply paying for secure a channel. We have an African magic level. This is not just salon movies there, because trust me, I look at some of the houses and Igbo movies where they talk say salon, where they speak English. Oh boy, what do you know? If you look at some of those movies, you would question. You know, they have like the African Magic Showcase HD, the Epic, where they show really quality production. But they have their local tiny cultures, the way they show on other channels. If you go to African Magic, you get African Magic Hausa, you get the Igbo, they show their traditions. And that is how even the musicians, they pick their lines from it. And that is how Nigerians over the country. Before when you speak of Nigeria, what do we know? Armor robbery, 419 and other things. Now it's completely changed. In fact, as an African, some of who they travel, you go, the first question they ask, are you Nigerian? Yeah, sure. You know, so it is completely, so we can do that as well from the culture. This is somewhere we partner with the tourism sector of the country. And then point 6 could be a state-of-the-art auditorium. Because we almost say national stadium, I don't want to manage. Look, national stadium is not a platform for do a show. But if we could have a building, very, very big building where they take close to the capacity of national stadium, and also where we can twist the stage. We already look at the Grammy Awards. We see how they stage the platform they will be able, you know, show wonders in a show. When you come out at night, then you see some wonders. We will prompt you for maybe come again the other night. I'm looking at you guys. I'm assuming that they know in approval if I'm not talking rubbish. You should be looking at you. You understand? So if we have that platform, they sort of an auditorium, what not will be a problem, we will be proud. When Camouflage gets show, Anasa you get show, we know say LFG, we know say, yeah, we're going somewhere at the end of the day. Okay, 0.7 now, I think.
No, 0.78.
There, B, you want to talk now? Yes. So I think that is the point. 8 now, I think I was giving 8 parts. So 8 now, this is where we have the stakeholders. We put on broad-based media. But under that media, this is where the DJs comes in. This is where the bloggers comes in. Radio owners, all of those people we for understanding. First of all, we are with a big say. If the park will make a policy statement, say, I don't time for any other music. Point 8 at the start back side. You say that you pay me. Point 8 could be the media. We say we will bring, yes, the policy statement. We will ask, say that if the park will just tell. Say now, I don't tire for any all other men. I want to hear the music, I want to see the film there, what tune me national televisions there, and what tune me radios there. And when you come airport, that is the first point of call, that salon. People come to Sierra Leone to eat Sierra Leone, listen to Sierra Leone, sleep Sierra Leone. We have beautiful beaches, we have beautiful music, we get cultures there. But because when you come to the airport, it's a shame that you'll be greeted with Nigerian music in the first place. A Nigerian man will tell you that, well, I can't salon, I don't tell Nigerian music. Largely, when my own song, we have friends. So these are all the places in hotels, whether they turn on. If they want, we can able for blow music into saxophone so that there'll be a quality something they will play, not for offend their customers. But we need to make it as a policy. Reason being, each time you promote a salon song, I listen and I watch on Facebook. A Nigerian DJ was responding to a Cameroonian DJ. Yeah. He said, I know they play Cameroonian music. He said, no to we culture. He said, and because we know the benefits in any way from that song. He said, tell your Cameroonian DJs, let them play their culture, let them promote their own artists there, so that they will benefit from it. So what does that tell us? When you buy Camouflage in CD, you put more tin and Camouflage in pocket. Yeah. Sierra Leone, this is a country made up of extended families. So Camouflage now gets that somebody where they go pay school fee for that other person where they go do this. This is how money will go. When you call famous, you say you get a show. Famous need for hire a carpenter where they knock that stage. That carpenter don't get something. Now so will they take care of who's in the country. But each time you buy a foreign plate, the money goes out. And then until we say, we don't get Mutka. I will get Mutka. I mean, I'm not ashamed, I'm not getting Mutka, bro. And that is why we're here. And that is why we are humble. We humble and appreciate this concert because we know it's the genesis, it's the beginning of a very, very long and fruitful industrial progress. I stand corrected. Anybody that
Okay, this meeting is supposed to be the meeting where we can interact and talk about what is there, but I had to grant His Excellency to come, really, for make every one of everybody I will tell una say, Mother Bill know una all. Somehow, cannot stop. I go tell Mother Bill what you say. Now, Kino confess to me, say, where see Mother Bill, say blood pressure he go. So, now that my brother Yado explained exactly the concern to His Excellency, me I will now therefore continue the conversation because you know it is difficult for rule a country where everybody needs you and the demand is there, but a come for listening to these issues and then we will deliberate later. And I mean, of course, when I know when His Excellency say, Madam First Lady, this way, me not just a direction I follow. So it will say something, and then we will continue our meeting, interaction and all, and then from whatever we gather here, we will call another. Because before we left Naya, we need forget pointers the way you they do, me they do, His Excellency they do, so that we start something. So, His Excellency, sir.
Excuse me, may I change the fashion? Well, first I want to welcome you all to this humble home. Now when I host this, so me and I rent the rent no more. So as long as you vote for me, after that I'm going to go. The way how many salon problems then we can make small problems, we make them big because we know they do things then together. The problems or the challenges so we know the face. He articulates them very well, in my opinion, even as somebody we know in the showbiz. But because we don't ever sit down and discuss them, and because we are so divided, sometimes unnecessarily, politics they divide me. Even when somebody knows say, mother can solve the problem, say mother na SPP. This man can solve the problem, say that man na APC. These are just nomenclatures there. You put APC, they were made Salongo before. You put SPP, they were made Salongo before. All man get in your own description as to how you want to forget Salongo before. And we politicians, we get for sure say we own different and better pass the other one. That's the only difference. And we're not able to keep your word. So the industry owner gets now part of the culture. For make we respect ourselves, we forget the culture. For make we begin the self-respect, we forget the culture. For make somebody there in California, we get begin the way common with the daddy or mama, naturally in there. But they're not one day hearing salon music. Or waiting and listen to, now waiting they hear oversight. We get for promote your own culture. But of course, in the situation in which you find yourself, it's extremely difficult. So the thing that way, collective use, like how you say, where we not all go access them and then produce quality sound and video, I think that that's something they will pay attention to. One after this meeting, like you say, we're not documenting in the day. Once we get them, we can able to plan around that and see how we go kickstart this industry on a strong footing. Because of course, even if you get talent, but nowadays you get for add something to the quality where they come on, you get for be good because you get for compete with others. So if you get the raw talent, but then you not get that technology where you able, mix everything and give very high standard in terms of quality and picture, you are going nowhere. And when I different with you don't get that capacity. You just say, if you get fear, not tell you if you get motor car. So how you go able to get anything then for able to improve yourself? The state anywhere now for help. When we help any one of you now, we not get money when they can't go no side. Now they soak the ground. Now get people that way depend on now. Now get families. We not all get plenty people that way hang power now first in the first place. That much I know. So by the time you give them one day, now help you don't help the government. Instead they go take care of more people. And when I feel capacitated too, someone can able to step out of the boundaries of this country and make an impact. So now we your responsibility. But then there are when time comes for go vote, and that time the politics for coming. You go vote your conscience or you go vote your party. But when time comes for develop, we really say the best resource we will get in this country, and the many human beings that we live. We don't talk about diamond before they don't talk about diamond before born. We get for go and left diamond there. Some of we not see the benefit, we not even see them. So we need to pay attention. When the human being, you develop in talent, everybody gets your own. He able to take care of himself and he able to take care of his community and a huge number of people. So that make this meeting here important for me to begin talk. It's not the beginning. And this is not a fake talk.
I know to talk.
If we identify practical things, we can able to put them in place for all man the user. So that we ourselves will able to compete out of this country. Definitely, we get raw talent in there, but we need to add something to their talent so that they will able to compete out of the borders of this country. So for me, this is not just the beginning of a long discussion, but of course, when I say we're not the documenter, we will sit down and see waiting and what would they do for translate that document into action. Then we all get for promote that, like you say. I mean, now we say get for respect yourself before other people they respect you. If we play with your music, if your movie then we'll be able to promote them. But for make your own listen to your own music and watch your movie, I for raise the quality. So you're not going to say that you did not now for make sure that you don't even know the difference. But in the season and daddy they see, or the sister in the city. So we for make it in such a way that when he's here, he will say, no, I can relate to the story with this possible talk. Because all what you want to do now, part of music is part of culture. Movie is part of culture. Anything what they do now, something where you don't imagine now salon the context, maybe you can bring other things that you add into it. So I want for me to be proud of who that we be and what we can able to do. For the most times, we can actually underestimate ourselves. We get for dream big. For me, able to do big things, you get for dream big. And when they dream big, you get luck, you get support. That is when you go fly. So for me, this is a great opportunity. I be quite a lot. I can listen to una music them, and me I like Salone music. Because some other music the way they can now, they don't make sense. But we will not put on your music, we will make sure say it carries some of the messages. So how we for change this gear, that they left owner, because we not get for open a game. Definitely. In terms where I see waiting on a document and we able custom the next moment we'll meet, I'll be able to tell you what we do about anything like that. But nothing is impossible. And I feel say for able to provide that toner. Once I get them, we'll custom and we will get another meeting. If not to everybody, just representative group, we'll be able to tell now what we'll be able to do for now. Of course, COVID now in the industry, they hit past anybody. The other time I've been there, Reverend, they come to me. They say, yes, you say, church not for day again, mosque not for day. I say, Pope says not, you know they're going to church now. But they say, but Pope not they go, but we will need for go. Now after they say, we not go allow them to go because of just the care we will get for the human lives. You know, they make triangulation in America, they begin careless again. They don't shoot right up back. They don't shoot right up back. Fortunately for we, God, the kind thing that we can do where everybody get, and plenty other things there, we will defeat COVID. And I hope say we system will really adjust to that. Yeah. But the way they kill their life, now so we can have problem. So whatever it is, COVID day, it didn't have. So man don't get there, you don't go, you know if you know. Yeah. Frankly speaking, but for whatever they do, the kind way then they die under, then we get all the money, they get state bomber them, they all team up now, they're not able to see the enemy. They get satellite right then at the moon, they say they see everything that grow here. They're not able, the enemy way they're not able to see them. So all the ammunition we don't buy for the enemy, now waste. Now so God can treat we sometimes. He said the enemy way they see. Now for what amount they buy anything they do. Now waiting come, we know they see him. Now we see him, now the bomber. So it kill, but fortunately, we got down same way so far. So what do we need for do? One, I will discuss what you would do for winner as a group. I don't know the number. That is a problem. But if any group hit most by this COVID, now the entertainment, because entertainment nagada. You go do you. You go do you virtual. You want to go sit down at the watch no more. But you just have where you sit there, you throw dry, you don't get what
the voice simply come out.
Because it's not a performance. And of course, when I then stage, the group, the people then attend the spawn for do things the way you normally do. So really, if this thing hits anybody, now Buna it hit because it go directly for a source of livelihood. Before today or before this meeting, I'll not be done discuss, but I want for when we make a promise of fulfill them. So I want to talk first before I get back to now as to what we can do for provide some support at this point in time. No, truly, when I need support, I mean, we say nobody no for gather. And when I use source of livelihood, people they for gather. So definitely they affect you now. They get to affect you now. And, we get for finding a way within whatever limited resources we do the mandate. But as they look forward to the list of the, we call this the entertainment infrastructure. There are certain basics where even if you, sometimes you can do pour something, but when they can't go inside that studio, by the time they pull them, a different thing. I mean, till the way they really enhance the quality of sound and video. So, now that me go say, unfortunately, a need for go after this, but I hope say we will get another opportunity. But my last words to everybody is, no president, no way they're gonna State House where they say, me, we are rich and for poor this country. No, even the bad one where they go to, we want to make something better. So man, not you just know how to do it. And we there and that, it's not easy for do anything. We want to take this water. So man go say, this water is red, this is red, me I don't want that. So man go say, not to this I want. So multiple issues come into play, even when you want to take the simplest of decisions. A point in case, we say with the Open Longe Airport, we get 2 generators on Makeni, when they don't use throughout the year. They only use them for 10 days within the, what is a Bumbuna. In May, we don't say. We go, we talk to the mayor, the district council, all the big ones there. We say, we get for Open Longe. They can't take one of them standby and go put on a Longe so that we will open the airport. But just for pull, simple generator from Makeni, now 5 people they die. The generator no they work. Now only 10 days, now 2 days. So now only 10 days in a year. This is how divided we are. This is how people that they lost their life unnecessarily. Now 5 people go. Now government get the machine. I can put an eye today, I pull an eye, I can't go under. Especially where I know we say they pull on. You're not going for cause problem. So basically what they try to say, we need to diminish the politics more. Everybody, me not get for them, we say you get for vote. Go vote your conscience. If you believe so me not a good president, go vote your conscience. But when you campaign there, when Elman again, maybe we just throw it now colors and they know so, because me not is the different. Throw it the color, go for the big thing when you do for war, and after that, everybody now we're not going to determine what's good for them. Really, now everybody. So maybe we bring the politics down to maybe policy issues. If you know, say this government for say free education is not good for you, say I don't want that. Me, I want me illiterate and then at this country. But I don't pay for me school picking them. All they see the way they do, and I appreciate that. But we not even for scratch anybody, nobody know for even cause. Me go to map and argue, say my own policy they better pass you, but are able to deliver. So again, these are messages so I can carry better. But I just believe say we get too much animosity and now for nothing. Along colors, we cannot do politics, not even party. So I want to end by saying we need for the reduce distinction with all Nigerians. That is the most important thing. We all want to grow. Social mobility, upward social mobility. Now everybody, all this one that they do, giving the opportunity, now everybody wants to grow. You want to see you picking them, all grow. We say grow, not to just wait yourself. Make them be better people there. But for me we do that, we really get for the support one another. And me you support to winner, where I will promise once I don't get everything, and for tell when I say, once when I put down there on paper, we get for fair way for make sure say it become a reality. Now yeah, the things that we want, we will produce them, then when I say we'll produce the best music for me, and we do them for you. God is telling us plenty, thank you. you count on which I don't say, the first one will be the showbiz stimulus package. That way then you can buy fear. So I'm happy for this meeting, and I hope say whatever we have differences, we go to hear some jamot things once in a while. Yes, the world will follow. We don't need. I want make we want get music and show the way they go sit down. We leave them the drop. We watch we own talent. Then they display. Movies the way they make we really glad. Not to alter Nigeria. Nigeria be the can.
Yeah, sure.
I think today they respect you for that one day. Yeah. We can change them. Now we no more. Not the government no more. So they tell the planes, thank you.
Madam Moderator.
Madam Moderator, that's true. Your Excellency, thank you so very much. And one thing I know, I can say that every day. They talk the work, they talk on social media, not to Bokutoku. When the man talk, he did one. So, once he don't say this one, I don't say he did one.
Stimulus package.
Remember the English short.
Would be rest assured, because from the day where I tell them, say, we're going to have this meeting, and from that day, now he begin to talk about really how this whole thing don't affect this industry. And then it come back to the same thing where I don't get problem with leadership. So where His Excellency go, we not make place with secrets. We need for can talk with real secrets now. And then everybody know what you need for do. I mean, when he commits to something, he delivers. That one I want for love and I know that one. Anytime where he tell man to do something, he look, he say, knock again. But the one way he commit and say something about, he will do it. So we look forward. Please, this stimulus package, I miss it now. But as soon as we put them together, I promise to say, through me, we'll pioneer around and make sure say His Excellency look into around ASAP by the grace of God. I know say where you don't talk so safe right now. I know say sometimes where they go so safe now, but put phone call them go make. I trust you. Give me back. So you are excused, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.